Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you. Thank you so much for my birthday wishes and love. I really do appreciate that. I said, you did ask them you did ask your subscribers to wish you a happy birthday in the nicest, most kindest way possible. Thank you to all the compliments, all the things that you guys say that's special. It's awesome to have an extended family. Thank you. I do get criticized, and that's okay. Why wouldn't I? You know, anytime you open your mouth or set yourself up to do things or talk or bring things out, you're open for scrutiny. And I get it. Now, but I can push back too. So one person said, your distraction, your videos, we can't hear in the background, it's muddled. And, maybe if you stop drinking beer. And I said, well, maybe you should stop watching my channel. If I'm irritated and all of this other stuff, I might not be the channel for you. But those that love and enjoy what I have to say, thank you for coming. And I'm not going to stop doing what I enjoy doing. And neither should you guys. Don't let people change who you are. You are special and loved and all that good stuff. Let's get started. There's some things that I wanted to chit chat with you guys about. You know how I like to do my intro, but let's start here. So I was watching something. Tessa, our girl, she's our girl. She's a Sussex fan / whatever, okay? And so she is trying to change the monarchy, I guess. But what she told Piers Morgan the other day is that she believes the royal family needs to reach out to Meghan and Harry and send an olive branch to them. And I call foul. No, Tessa. It's Harry and Meghan that needs to do the groveling. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Oops. It is their responsibility to do that. Because if they started to do that, maybe people like us, I doubt it, will start feeling sorry for her and be like, oh, okay, she's come to terms with some things. But she's not coming to terms with some things. Meghan is hard-lined on her beliefs and what she believed happened and fixated on that and will never go back and say that she lied. She will never do that. She'll just make excuses as to why it happened that way. Oh, it wasn't my fault. It was the royals' fault. It was the British people's fault. It was the media's fault. It's her father's fault, Samantha's fault, Thomas's fault, Spotify's fault, her friend's fault, Harry's friend's fault. It's everybody else's fault. The blame game that Meghan plays so that she can pretend that she is the one that is in the right and she's wrong. And Tessa, the royal family is not going to kiss Meghan and Harry's butt and apologize or come to them with an olive branch. Tessa, it is their job to do that. And if the royal family rejects their olive branch, they're well within their rights to do that because of the pain and agony and the distress that these two have caused. Now, I want to give a special, I'm going to come back to that at the end. There's a lot that's been going on. The Queen passing, the Queen's passing, Diana's passing as well. And I want to give it up to the royal family, the royal institution, for their hard work and dedication. And the Queen, she still feels like she is around. Her presence is still radiant. People will be talking about her billions and billions of years from now. She is an extraordinary person within her own right. And with that, I give her the utmost respect for everything that she's done for her country and has given up for everyone, the sacrifices that they made. You could tell Elizabeth made sacrifices. She focused on her people. The UK people, were her life and her family. She loved Harry and Meghan in spite of it all. So kisses to Queen Elizabeth, okay? Let's get back. So, no. The reason why Tessa wants royal family to apologize is so that Meghan can launch her tag to say, look and see, they were the ones that did all this to me. It wasn't me. See, I was right all along. Because Tessa, if the royal family sends an olive branch and start apologizing for something that they didn't do, then they're admitting guilt. And then that put everybody else on, oh, it was okay for Meghan and Harry to do all this shenanigan stuff. And it's okay because the royal family has come out and apologized and admit that it happened. I think it's a bully move. I think Meghan was bullying the royal family and saying, listen, if you guys don't play by the rules, then me and Harry is going to keep trashing you over here in the United States and we will bring you down. I do believe that. Let's see if someone will prove me right. But no, Tessa, it is Harry and Meghan's. The ball is in their court. She said that William's going to be the future king. He should be the one that reach out to Harry. Him being the future king, that's even the more reason why he shouldn't reach out to Harry, is because he needs to focus on what's important. And Meghan and their shenanigans is not important. He is focusing on his future position as king. And not just that, taking care of his family, raising his kids, and da-da-da-da-da. I believe the royal family has moved on from Harry and Meghan, and they are not looking back. I don't imagine that they're sitting around having these deep conversations about Meghan and Harry because they have a life of their own. They have washed their hands and said, we're done. They decided to go on all those shows and lie on the royal family, and now all of a sudden their career and everything, their brand, whatever that was, is in the toilet. Of course it is. It's never been out. When she left the UK, it has been going downhill ever since. I haven't seen this a trajectory of her being successful and getting real awards and being a humanitarian and being an influencer, or someone waiting outside her, waiting for her to get an award so they can see her, so she can sign her autograph. Nobody is treating her like that, especially over here. She is another star that we see walking down the street that is a regular person, and we don't care. I would rather get Kim Kardashian's her autograph or anything, a picture or anything with her, before I even look in that direction. And that's where a lot of people are. Listen, and I know I'm switching, but let's go back because I'll get to that. Meghan is trying to get to the top. She needs the royal family very badly. But she's not going to apologize. She's not going to let the kids go see Grandpapa. She's not trying to get connected with the royal family, and she's never going back to the UK. So why should the royal family grovel at her feet to beg her for forgiveness, which they never have done anything, just to see the kids, just to make peace? No, Tessa. That is not how life works. When you do something wrong, there's consequences. And Meghan and Harry has done something wrong, and there's consequences. And those consequences are their brand, it's over. They're big liars. And they are the ones that need to be a big, and apologize, because they are the ones that decided that it was a good idea to expose all this lies. Yeah, Tessa, this was Harry's and Meghan's idea to do this. So why is the royal family having to pick up their pieces where they have fallen? No, it is not their job to save these two. They had that opportunity when they were in the royal fold, but now that they're out of the royal fold, no one's helping. No one's trying to help him with his PR or, suppress Harry's trouble. Things that we didn't know, society that we still shouldn't know. Harry and Meghan decided to go out on their own to trash the royal family. Harry decided to talk about their sex life, his penis, his brother's penis, his wife's stuff, Harry's Catherine, and so on and so on. Tessa, they decided to do that. So isn't the ball in their court to make changes and to fix the things that they tried to destroy? No. Speaking of destroying, like people are talking about, Philip and Queen Elizabeth were in their last moments, and they told Meghan, listen, don't do this right now. But she decided to do it anyway. But Tessa, William and them are supposed to say, okay, we forgive you. Let's come back over here. First of all, they don't trust Meghan and Harry, so that's number one. And so if you don't trust them, you don't want that person around you. So the thing is that William, they don't want Meghan and Harry. They're toxic. They're toxic. They're a toxic brand. They're a toxic relationship. They're a toxic couple. They're toxic. Nothing good and luscious and lovable is coming out of that circle. And until, like most of my subscribers have said, they have come to terms with the things that they have created, trashing the royal family, being despicable to them, lying on others. No, Meghan looks like an idiot at the Beyonce concert. Meghan looks like an idiot out and about. She just doesn't look like a person of virtue, a person of love, caring, and influence, and all these things that she's trying to make us see that she is. That's not what we see. And guess what? The concert's over. What's next for her? She still doesn't have a talent. She's still trying to be with the A-listers. She's still trying to be with the who's who's. Meghan is showing us in these moments that this is the reason why she came to the United States. This is it. TMZ, and I'm switching. TMZ said that, here the main guy, the main character on TMZ. He said, well, this is what they did. He said it looks like this is what she always wanted. She always wanted to be in Hollywood. And he said, well, why didn't she just do it? Why did they, go to Canada and da 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 da? And he said because she didn't want it to look like that she was coming over here just to be in Hollywood. In other words, the verdict is out. Everyone knows that the main reason why she came to the United States and left the royal family is to make herself successful as a A-lister and try to even surpass that. TMZ. I'll bring it up. Moving on from Tessa. Looking for a home in Malibu. I think it's all a facade. Until they purchase it and put their names on it and da 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 da, TMZ and Page 6 needs to let us know. See, that's newsworthy over here. Them spending money. That's the kind of stuff TMZ thinks that people want to hear. Oh, guess what, everyone? Meghan and Harry are about to buy a house in Malibu, and it's $8 million. They're big time. That's the new news. It is not about the Beyonce concert anymore. It is not about the pictures that she took for Pat and dancing and pretending like her and Harry is in love. That's over. We have moved on. And now she's going to have to try something else because she has to keep the ball rolling. You can't stop at the Beyonce concert. If she's going to be a brand, she's got to keep bringing it. And not that she brought it, because I didn't know hanging out with people was a talent. Everyone, most of those people that were there celebrating Beyonce are making money in their sleep. They're sleeping and making money. Beyonce is sleeping and making money. Meghan's not. The deals are dried up. No one's knocking at the door anymore. No one's saying brand this and brand that, Meghan. Because if she was going to brand clothes, wouldn't she would have wore something silver and I don't know if she did that, because I don't keep up with that, with her like that. What she's merging. Oh yeah, Taz did say her outfit was cute. No, it wasn't. I mean, it just depends on who you ask. And she can't dance. And the lady that was next to her really couldn't dance. But it was great. She was feeling it. But, you know, before I leave the house, I have a moment and say, look, okay, this is what I'm going to do tonight, because I don't want to be all over the place. I want to be right here. You know, don't try to trick it up. No, she can't dance. She doesn't have any talent. I don't like the way her clothes fit on her. Sorry. You know, and it's not a dig on her, but she is pretty. And to me, she's beautiful. And beautiful in a sense that gene-wise, for some reason. But the inside is corrupt. There's nothing beautiful in there. And so you have to be careful with the beauty on the outside, because if it's so bad on the inside, it will start to show on the out. And people will not see your natural beauty. I believe that. Oh, no, Taz, I think she got that wrong. Sorry. No, she's trying to say, I'm looking for a home in Malibu. Look at me, $8 million. See, we still have. She wants to prove to us that they're not broke, that they're still in love, and oh, we're still in the honeymoon stages. They're not in the honeymoon stages. Did you see? And you don't have to show that much PDA to be convincing that you're a couple. You can tell by their body language, and I'm not a body language expert, but you can tell by the movement and the way they are with each other that it's not a connection. It's not. It's fake. And no matter, I believe in the beginning, I don't know if she ever loved Harry, but I could see it in Harry's eyes. I can't see it anymore in his eyes. Harry tells the story. That's how you know if they're in love. Don't look at her, because she's acting. She's pretending that they have been in love forever and ever, and this is the best thing ever. Nothing or anything or anyone or anything will ever please her. She will never be happy. She will never be satisfied. Nothing will make her be this happy person. She will always constantly be looking at the next thing, trying to see what will make her happy, and nothing will. Look at Harry. He tells you if the love is true. Nope, it's odd and off. It's odd and off. It's weird. It's almost as if, you know what, stop the PDA and just stand there together. Just leave it alone. Don't try to convince us that you're a couple, because you're not. And you didn't shut down any divorce rumors. You didn't shut down any couple issue rumors. There's issues there. Like someone said, it's impossible for it not to be. You're fighting with everyone, even the one that you're trying to pretend that you're some type of sweet, adorable couple. Okay, moving on. WME is really, they're a disappointment. They're a disappointment in the trickery. and trying to build something that's not there. And I don't know, it's just anybody to take anything for money. That's how I see it. Instead of realizing that, oops, you know, your brand is just already shot. And we can make miracles, but okay. I believe that this is one person that WME should have turned away. And so far, they have been failing. And it's, how are they building her image? I don't see the Beyonce concert or her taking pictures with Kelly Rowland and all of that was such a big success. I don't care. Okay. Let's talk about Omid Scobie and then we'll move on. Omid Scobie in this book. It's disappointing that anyone would be worried about him. That's the disappointing part, is that, oh, he's coming out with this book and it's going to be damaging. No, it's not. I read the titles. They were stupid. He wants to be relevant so bad it hurts. He wants us to talk about him so bad it hurts. He doesn't care if it's good or bad. He's just like Meghan. He's a narcissist too. I really feel that when you can get along with someone just like that, if you can get along with a narcissist, it seems, then you're using them and they're using you. But in the end, the bigger narcissist will win. Meghan will win against the Omid Scobie. Scobie will lose everything eventually. And that's not to be mean towards him, but he's going after the royal family, which has been proven not a good tactic. He didn't learn from Meghan and Harry's debacle. No one has the stomach for you to go after the royal family the way he does, and even the titles are wrong. Charles's reign, what's going to happen, Queen Elizabeth. I mean, he talks in his table of contents as if he has one-on-one personal information about these people. And he doesn't know. That's why the book is going to fail, because he knows nothing about the royal family unless Harry and Meghan, unless Harry, because Meghan doesn't know about the royal family either, only what Harry tells her. And only Harry is the key. And so, Harry, here's something to you. If you have opened up to Omid Scobie and given him some information, or whatever the case may be, it's going to look bad on you. Omid Scobie is already going to get teared down, but so will you, because you are associated with him, you're connected with him, and you know what people are going to start thinking is, why would he okay this? Why would they okay that? Why not try to stop it? Why not say, you know what, we said we wasn't going to bash the family anymore, and so you're associated with us. Why don't you put your book aside? No, Omid, this is Meghan. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. It's your, no. I believe Meghan wants to continue to convince us. She wants to tell the story one more time and again through another lens, as if she hasn't told it so many times, as if we're going to get it. We didn't get it on the Oprah show. We didn't get it on the docuseries. We didn't get it on the rest of that stuff that you and Harry did. We didn't get it. And so what makes you think that this book is going to make us be like, oh, there goes the bad royal family, and there goes wonderful Meghan and Harry. And where the mistake he will make if he does this is to look like he wants to compare or bring up them two in the book. Wouldn't it be interesting if Omid Scobie starts talking about how Harry and Meghan was, this is Meghan. Check this out. Listen, if you don't get nothing else out of this video, pause it, go get your snack-a-doo, and listen to this. Meghan wants to convince us that it's them and not her. She wants to tell us once again about what happened and what happened. When she left the royal family, she was like, I'm unfiltered. I want to tell you guys what happened. And then she came on and told us a liarly of a story. She twisted and turned it into a fictitious story. Now they want to do another portion of it. He's going to be talking about the coordination. What about the coordination? He came out during the coordination, Omid Scobie, talking about how Meghan didn't want to go over there and take the limelight away from King Charles. That's a lie. Meghan didn't want to go because she wasn't getting what she wanted. And so since she didn't get what she wanted, she didn't go. That was the reason. No, she wants Omid Scobie, check it out. Meghan wants Omid Scobie to tell in his book the real reason why Meghan didn't go. I'm not reading the book. The only reason I know about the book is because of other YouTubers. They went down the list of the title of the book. How many of them are going to purchase that? We'll get to that in a minute. But, So, when Meghan was in the beginning, when she rushed over here to try to tell her story, that's what she was trying to do on the Oprah show. Let me get it straight. It wasn't me. It was Catherine. She made me cry. I didn't make her cry. Just like the coordination. She didn't get her side of the story out, so Omid Scobie is going to let her get it out. This is my theory. That Meghan really wanted to go, but the UK people didn't like her. She's going to blame y'all. Watch it. The media. She's going to blame the media. Meghan is still blaming. She just got someone else to do it for her. She's got Omid Scobie to do it. Because they have to keep the narrative that all that happened. Because if they don't, then they will continue to look like liars, continue to look like, these people that is wrong. And don't nobody want to have anything to do with them. But she hasn't learned that not saying anything at all is the best way. Let it go. We've heard the story over and over and over again, and it hasn't changed our opinion about you. It just makes it worse because you want to tell your truth, and your truth is not really on the up and up. And so instead of trying to explain what's going on because you feel like you got to tell us about everything, is don't say nothing at all. To me, when he get through spilling this book or whatever, and everybody goes through it and then start talking about it, that will go away. But let it be something that only can come from Meghan and Harry. To me, it will go right back on them two about them bashing their royal family and Meghan trying to blame and explain her situation away. She's the good person. Everybody else is bad. It's not me, it's them. That's her motto. Because she thinks that's the best way of bringing her status up. Okay, hold on guys, it's time to go. And I do not drive. My husband we drop her off together and we pick her up together. And he does all the driving. I just sit there and talk. Right back. Okay, what else did I say? Okay, that's it with that. Okay, I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to do, but let's get started.
Morning. Whatever defenders of that couple want to say, they cannot deny that their antics in the twilight years of the Queen's long life made her twilight years, shall we say, at the very least, extremely difficult.
Well, yeah, and it was Katie Nichols that reported that the Queen had reached out and attempted to see Harry and Meghan because they were conveniently in the UK at the time of her death. Meghan was, if you guys want to get Meghan Markle back, Because I've seen some of your commentary lately, Kevin. You're saying she's never coming back.
I don't think so.
All you have to do, Kevin, is give her a trophy. All you have to do is give her another award. But, you know, they were in town so Meghan could accept an award, so Harry could visit with Wellchild, and the Queen had allegedly reached out and asked to see them, and they rejected her because I think at the time they were trying to prove themselves and say, we don't need the Queen, we don't need the royal family.
I believe that too. I believe that she was trying to say, look, we can do this on our own. We don't need them. How dare you not need them? How dare you do that? How dare you take the titles and run? How dare you take what you need and leave and then say you don't need them? It is appalling. She does need them. And the only reason she's still relevant is because she's connected to them. But that doesn't mean that what she comes out with is going to be this big success. No, people are just curious. Most of them. But it's not talent. Taking pictures and being out with celebrities is not a talent. Just because I hang out with the who's who's. So, okay, that does not make me want, if I was a producer or whatever, I would not be running down to sign Meghan up because she's hanging out with the Kardashians. I just wouldn't. I would remember what the Spotify gentleman said. And then, first of all, I would remember all the trash that she did. And that's what she's about. But I would go back through her resume. I would look at her Spotify stuff, Netflix. I would look at it all. And I would be like, she's not ready for what I have to offer. And I wouldn't. And that's what those deals are doing. But those smaller companies may use her. But she can't. Will she advertise on a smaller level? Will these smaller companies give her the $1 million post that she? That's not talent. It is and it isn't.
Like me that have a hard time forgiving them for that. And so I think
she is not going to be able to get on the level of people, on the level of talent that we like. Her popularity is already here. I know I keep pushing this, but this is what she's about. Meghan is trying to scratch all the negative. Nope, me and my husband are together. Nope, we do have money. We're moving to Malibu. Nope, I do have friends. I'm hanging out with the A-listers. Meghan's strategic. She does all of this at the same time. And then, looks, my mom is popular too. No. And then trying to show the world that, hey, listen, I'm friends with all these people. I'm hip. I got it going on and all this other stupid stuff. This is WME. I believe in her tactic to try to get back to the top. But just like that gentleman that PR said the other day, this is not the road. They are not ready. Shh, go be quiet and start with the family. But no one's listening. And it doesn't take a PR genius to know that these two, Tessa, are the ones that need to go back and crawling and begging for forgiveness instead of thinking that they are it. No, she still thinks she's better than the royal family. It's really despicable. Come on, let's get to it.
I do think it was that car chase, the near catastrophic
I love
car
you
chase
guys.
in New York that
The
changed a lot.
slow speed car chase.
I'm going to rewind it a little.
Speeds of up.
I do think it was that car chase, the near catastrophic car chase in New York that changed. There are a lot of royal watchers like me that have a hard time forgiving them for that. And so I think Americans are
Queen.
I do think it was that car chase.
They have a hard time forgiving them for treating the Queen, the Queen and Philip the way they did. The lying of it all. The reason why they wanted to be this famous. And to treat their families like this after they gave them what they needed to become. Harry sounds like an idiot on the Invictus talking about how his childhood was all jacked up. And that very childhood is the main reason he's up there talking. No, what he should have said was my childhood, my upbringing allowed me to have this opportunity to come and speak with you guys. No, he's an idiot. They have ruined themselves. It is over. It is. Let me know when the tables turn. Let me know when everything. Let me know when she get that Malibu home. Let me know when it really looks like they are really a couple. This is a fakery. Moving on.
The near catastrophic car chase in New York that changed a lot.
The slow speed car chase.
The slow.
They estimated reached speeds of up to 9 miles an hour.
Yes, exactly. But I do think that today, if you stopped a stranger on the street in the United States of America, they would tell you that they felt like Harry and Meghan had bullied the royal family and to continue to bully the royal.
That's big. Because that is huge. That's a big one for me. It's extremely big because normally you won't hear that. That would be the last thing you would hear. But for Kinsley to say that if you ask someone, they believe that they bullied the royal family. Who hasn't Meghan bullied? Her father? She bullies her mother all the time. Doria just glad she in. She bullies her husband. She tried to bully her husband's family. She bullied her friends. She did. She's a con artist. She bullies the Netflix people. Listen. I've never seen a CEO hanging out with. I've never seen it. They're hanging out together. It sounds like to me like they're hanging on tight to them because they have their money. But it didn't look like, it was star-studded with Meghan and the CEO. I didn't see a star. I don't see a star in Meghan. Do you? She didn't fit with the Kardashians because she's not a star. And Catherine, if Catherine had been in that place, it would have looked a little weird, just a tad. It had to be a whole different situation and all this other stuff. No, it wouldn't have because she's a lady. She's always going to be on point. And you know what? Honestly, Catherine's surroundings adapt to her. Meghan was like a fish out of a pond. She didn't fit. It felt odd. It felt awkward. Her being at that concert and hanging out with, or not even hanging out with them, or was. No one was trying to get a picture. Why didn't Chris take a picture with I know I went too deep because I went into something else heavy. No, she is, whatever it is that Meghan has is watered down and it no longer exists, and it's unfortunate. One of you told me, have compassion. Where's the compassion? I've been thinking about that. They said, Doria, is there with her or whatever. I didn't, forgot the whole comment. But the best thing is she says, they said, I have compassion for her. Do you? Or where is the compassion? The compassion left long time ago. That's it was one of those posts that made me think long after I read it. The compassion left when Meghan continues and continues and continues to be this rotten. And so it's hard to have compassion for someone that's like that. It's hard to feel sorry for someone that treats people with little respect, uses them and treats them like that. How she treats her husband, his family. She's not even with him right now in the Invictus. Go and support your husband. She stopped supporting him a long time ago. She was letting us know, I'm done with Harry. I'm done supporting him. I'm done with the royal family. They are the reason why you exist. I don't have compassion for her. I don't. I don't feel sorry for her. And it hasn't happened yet because she is still in denial, in a denial world. And not just a world, but there's no consequence. So she doesn't think there's anything wrong when there is. And so to me, it's like gasoline, fire. And if you keep feeding her that everything is okay and it's everybody else's fault and she's queen, you're just putting gas on there. And the flame is getting higher and higher and she's getting, I guess. No. I hope that makes sense. Let's move on.
Family and some of their actions.
Absolutely. This is Prince Harry last night at the Welsh.
On the street in the United States of America, they would tell you that they felt like Harry and Meghan had bullied the royal family and continue to bully the royal family in some of their actions.
Absolutely. This is Prince Harry last night at the Well Child Awards, paying tribute to his late grandmother.
Who bullies their family for stuff?
As you know, I was unable to attend the awards last year as my grandmother passed away. As you also probably know, she would have been the first person to insist that I still come to be with you all instead of going to her. And that's precisely why I know exactly 1 year on that she is looking down on all of us tonight, happy we're together, continuing to spotlight such an incredible community.
Okay. I thought he said something else. I thought he said that his grandmother would be proud of him. And that's not true. That's the kind of speech that he was saying. And I wouldn't be. I would be disappointed in him and Meghan in their behavior. I would be disappointed wherever I was. And so I don't believe that she's probably excited about this moment, that what he's doing is for charity and it's the award and all of that is great. But that is where Harry was. It's supposed to be, that's his element. That's what he was born into. But then he left that. And then when he left it, you could tell that you almost thought, was he really for charity or was he just doing it? Because that Invictus thing was like, okay, this is about him. And this switched. But that's what he does. Is that going to make Harry millions and millions of dollars? Will it make him repopular? No, it doesn't do it for me. I don't see Harry yet. I still see this manipulative person. But what he's doing is really nice and great. I don't think his grandmother is proud. But I think she's excited, would be excited about what he's doing for this charity. Let's continue.
I certainly, Kinsey, don't want to rain on the
You
parade.
can correct me if I'm wrong.
And that extremely impressive event, and good for Harry for being there. But him paying tribute to his grandmother, saying, "Oh, she'll be looking down on us happily," and all that. I mean, that rings a bit hollow. He's got a cheek, hasn't he?
Well, I also believe that his grandmother would encourage him to be kind to his family, and he's been anything but over the last few years, and since her death. It was a bizarre statement, but he was really in a difficult spot because if he did not acknowledge her, we would have criticized him for ignoring
I would have.
the woman
But okay.
in the platform he has today. So he can run all over the West Coast and produce a lot of content that people aren't watching. And he had to be really careful about what he did say because all eyes were going to be on him. So I wouldn't have wanted to be
Not
in this
here.
position.
Not all eyes are on him in the United States. Okay, so why did TMZ in page 6 not talk about Invictus or talk about this? They're not talking about Harry and his speech. And it's not on the front page. It's not when you click, let me know. Because I know some of you will go check. Go check for me. No. What's on there is about their Malibu home. And she may have been at the Beyonce concert, but they were talking about everybody being at the concert, and she did not stop the show.
But I do wonder. I know
She should have. If Catherine had been there, she would have stopped the show. It wouldn't have been about Kim. It wouldn't have been about all those other A-listers. It wouldn't have been about Diana Ross. It wouldn't have been about all of them. Meghan got swallowed up. Let me tell you something. Her coverage is not like it should be. If she went to that concert, she should have been the star of that concert. And she was not. She was mentioned, but she wasn't the star. It was like a star-thon. But she was not, to me, in my book, I didn't see a star. I saw all this talent, I knew what person did what and what makes them famous and stuff. Meghan didn't fit in that category. What makes her famous? Suits? Mary and Harry? The docuseries? What makes her famous? What makes her stand out from the rest? The trashing. And then guess where that puts her in the back. And then you want to move on to the next and say, oh, look at Kim's outfit and da-da-da. Kylie Jenner and her new man. I don't know his name, but he is. And I don't know what was going on with Travis. I know what was going on. He didn't want to marry her. That's that stupid stuff. I know I done switched it. Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner. You with her, y'all together. You didn't have 2 kids by her. But you don't want to marry her or make a commitment. And if I was Kylie, I would have did it too. Them non-committals. And, to me, if that's what Kylie wants, she's giving you 2 beautiful kids and whatever. And you couldn't put a ring on it. And now she's kissing and smooching with somebody that is fine. He is cute. That's what people are talking about. They are not talking about Meghan Markle, guys. I can only do this for you guys. I can be your eyes and ears over here as much as I can. I am not in the inside. I'm not inside. I don't have inside scoop about what's going on. But what I do have is what I'm giving you. And you can go and research it and figure it out yourself. But I'm telling you what's going on in the United States of America and where her popularity lands. And now it's move on. Because guess what? The concert that's over. It's really over. And then you move on. What's next, Kim? You're always looking for that next best thing. Meghan hasn't even brought anything out. And when she does, if it doesn't get the kind of reaction that it gets, it will tell you where she fits. D, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Is she gonna be A? That's where she needs to be to stay in Hollywood. Let's move on. I know I went
for like 15 years. But I do wonder, between Beyonce, between the Miami LA game, how much is this trying to distract from the fact that they're failing professionally so horribly here in the United States?
Let me pause it, guys, because I want to talk about it. And sorry for those that get distracted, but I got to elaborate on what she just said. Basically, they're failing. They're failing in the United States. And are they trying to cover up for their failures? You could say that, yes or no. Just add it to the list of things that Meghan likes to do to be strategic. I would add that to the list. Yes, that is a reason to distract from their failures. But, it's interesting how you can try to get yourself back into the good graces of others, but no one's listening. And that expert PR person that we talked about the other night, when he said that it's through the family, step back and go back to your roots. Go back to your roots. Go back to where it all began. Start there. That's where your life, that's where it's going to start coming out of the dark. She thinks hanging out with A-listers and doing, it's strategic, hanging out with them, that people are going to start liking them again. They're out there PRing for whatever Meghan is about to come out with any moment. She has to hang out with these people so that they can be a part of that lifestyle thing. We will see.
Also, can you reflect on some of what these couple have got up to over the last couple of years?
Failure.
So I think we kind of forget the shock of when they first did that interview with Oprah Winfrey and started talking about...
Now, you know, oh God, I gotta go soon. I'm gonna let him talk. You know, the Oprah show is why I'm here. Oh, I knew what I was gonna say. I think I was gonna say something about my channel, but anyway. The reason why my channel exists is because of the Oprah show. And the reason why they will fail is because of the Oprah show. You can pick which one you want. I picked the Oprah show. I picked the racism. Because out of everything that they said, that was the most damaging, the most hurtful, and the Queen was alive thing, and offensive, and the most she could have said that wasn't true. And we know it's not true because of the backstepping. But remember in the beginning of my conversation when I said that Tessa wants the royals to apologize to smooth this over? No, that would just be admitting that they did something wrong with these two, and they didn't. But Meghan and Harry have been bullying them into doing it, apologizing publicly. That would turn her status smooth around. If William or one of them came out and put out a letter, saying something or whatever, it would immediately change their reputation.
The royal family being racist. They've in their Netflix documentary, they talked about the institution, as they call the royal family, being built on slavery. And let's not even go to some of the places that Harry.
If her black thought it was built on slavery, then why was she so quick to marry the prince that was a part of it? If she was so offensive and so offended by the whole scenario, then why did she wasp up in there willingly and marry this man and then turn around and talk about it? His family. What stupid person would allow his woman to talk about his family, his culture, his roots, his life, like it wasn't crap? You are the main reason Meghan wanted him so bad. You wanted it so bad. You married the prince. You got what you wanted. This is what you wanted. How dare you turn around? How dare you turn around and start stabbing and cutting the very thing that made you what you are today? And unfortunately, now it's just gone. You are no longer a princess. They took your HRHs. You gave that up. How idiotic. For to be an A-lister, she's an outcast because of the Oprah Winfrey show.
When in his nasty, spiteful little book, Spare. I mean, it's extraordinary what that couple have done to the royal family since they headed for the sunny climes
It's
of
despicable.
California. Isn't it? I mean, all they've done is lobbed grenades over the Atlantic.
And that's why I thought what he said was sweet, but how authentic is it? How authentic?
That's it. That's all they did. That's all they do. That's all they continue to do. I don't see them trying to reconcile.
Is it when you're absolutely right. It starts with Oprah Winfrey. There were claims from Harry and Meghan's camp that Prince Philip at the time wasn't really sick or wasn't so sick that they should postpone the Oprah Winfrey interview. The royal family was just trying to use it as a way to distract from their Oprah Winfrey interview. I mean, we now know the man was practically...
Okay, so something to the effect of distracting from the Oprah Winfrey interview. That is not a distraction. That is a reason to stop. That your grandfather is in his last moments and he does not need to be listening to what you and your wife is about to do. And then you do it anyway, knowing what you're going to say. Knowing that you were going to come out with this racism and security and the whole bridesmaid, like you knew what you were going to say. And then you said it knowing that your grandfather was ill, passed soon after that. Somebody should have just kept that from him.
On his deathbed, and I'm sure that their actions didn't help, his ill health at the time. So the Oprah Winfrey interview happens before Prince Philip and the Queen pass, but then there was so much buildup to the Netflix series and Spare that I know it generated fear within the palace walls, and I know that there was anxiety associated.
Let me tell you something. After, I think it was the Oprah show. I was upset about the Oprah show. Then it was the docuseries. And then you can't, I'm a new YouTuber. I know, because look at my window. Anyway. I get my new phone today. Ooh, let's see what's going to happen. I might be on a wider screen. We'll see. I have almost 3,000 subscribers, but it wasn't ever for fame or just my channel is not based on how many people I get to listen to me. Mine was to just tell you guys how I felt about this. I know I've said that before, but it was so shocking. It's so bothersome. It still sits on your brain and everything that what they did and said. And what's interesting is that she likes to say, like, I didn't do that. Harry did Spare. And she's appalled by it. And she's separating herself from it. You did the Oprah show. You don't have to do Spare. Screw Spare. Listen, okay, fine. Blame Harry. I don't care. But you did Oprah.
Associated with it. Giles Brandwith said that
I
he
gotta
was
go.
comfortable with Harry's book, that she felt like he should be able to tell his truth, speak his truth if that's what he wanted to do. However, after Giles read it, he felt like the Queen would have been appalled by the message. Probably the Elizabeth Arden chapter. But it's been punch after punch after punch, and even with this Invictus, the Heart of Invictus, it's like, when are you just gonna go? Thank God I have 16 bathrooms. Thank God I have 2 healthy kids. Thank God Meghan Markle is still waking up next to me every day. When are you going to be grateful for the opportunities you've been given?
I don't think it's Harry, but Harry has changed my thinking process since Invictus. I don't respect him. I feel like he's a part of this just as much as Meghan, and that he didn't have to say that, and he did. And I lost more respect if you can do that. But when are you going to be happy about anything that's around you? Are you happy that you did get the Netflix deal, the Spotify, having people care about you just because of your name? Are you happy about anything? Your 2 kids, your home, No, they are not happy, because Meghan is still searching and looking and about to kill herself, trying to get to the top. And I hope I can use that word, but clawing her way at the top. No, she's not happy.
despite everything that you continuously remind us of that hurt you.
Yeah, so there's stories now that they're looking at a property in Malibu, which is getting dangerously close to where you live, isn't it?
Dangerously close.
You're absolutely right. Because you've seen it, Kevin, they're spending a lot more time in Hollywood.
Glittering Hollywood, Tinseltown, yeah.
Their people say that's not true, but their people also said they didn't participate in Finding Freedom. So, I take everything they respond to with a grain of salt.
Absolutely. Can I take a final word from you, Kinsey?
Omid Scobie is saying that they're not getting closer to Hollywood, but they are. It like Netflix, like TMZ said. They said, yep, she's where she always wanted to be. They said she just did it slowly so it wouldn't look like she was going straight over there. No. First of all, she thought Malibu was going to come to her. Hollywood was going to come to her.
Think the Queen meant to Americans, because I used to live there in the 90s, and the royal family are very important to Americans. It's a
very
syndrome, but it's true. And they loved the Queen, didn't they?
Higher than celebrity. I mean, it's like maybe biblical royalty celebrity. It's something that celebrities can't compete with here in the States.
It is. It's awesome. We love the Queen. We do. She was an awesome woman. We saw her. She worked every day. Her work ethic was impeccable. But not just that. She took care of her people. And she dedicated herself to that. And it felt like some people will never, ever, ever be happy. And she just tried to make everyone happy. Listen, you had a beautiful Queen, Elizabeth. May she rest in peace. And, Harry and Meghan are what they are. And it's never going to stop. They're going to continue to try to do this. But as they continue to go down. And I don't know how far you got to go before you be like, oh, okay, I better call my dad. Listen, I got to go get my little one. Daddy's calling me. We're out of here. Have a wonderful weekend. Kisses.